Hey sugar! Sugar is typically associated with things like cookies, cakes, donuts, ice cream, and overall just desserts in general. But what I think most people don't realize is that sugar is found in more of our foods than just desserts. Shockingly, or maybe not so shockingly, most of the foods that we consume on a daily basis are loaded with sugars. Everything from bread to milk to cereal, pretty much every condiment, even soy sauce. Yeah, soy sauce has sugar. Our everyday food items are loaded with so much processed sugars that we don't even realize just how much we're eating and how it's affecting us. So I looked into it, and I wasn't too surprised to see the list of health implications too much sugar can have on the body. But with all of this sugar being snuck into our everyday foods, most of us don't even realize we're consuming it. So how do you know you're eating too much sugar? Well, some symptoms to look out for besides the obvious cavities that your dentist might lecture you for are increased hunger and weight gain, irritability, high blood pressure, acne and wrinkles, joint pain, fatigue, cravings for sweets, trouble sleeping, digestive issues, and brain fog. Till I started researching this video, I didn't realize that I might actually fall under the category of eating too much sugar, because I am someone who struggles with brain fog, constantly being fatigued, having trouble falling asleep and staying asleep throughout the night. I'm constantly craving sweets and have even gotten into the habit of having desserts after almost every meal. And worst of all, digestive issues. So I wanted to know what would happen to my body if I just cut out all the sugar. So I tried it. Guys, it's day one of the no sugar challenge, and I made Nathan do it with me, so that's gonna be a little bit more motivation to stay on track. We're not gonna go too extreme. We're still gonna allow ourselves to have fruit. We have like lots of fresh fruit right here. Look at these strawberries, don't they look so good? And lots of blueberries as well. And there's Mole, he's ready for some berries as well. You guys saw my how I lose weight without dieting video. You know that I love this brand of protein pancakes, and these have 0 sugar in them. They have a lot of salt, but they have 0 sugar. That's what the challenge is about, so and then Nathan got this maple flavored syrup, which is made with stevia, just because gotta have that on the pancake. So it has 0 grams of sugar as well. It's not as low in calories as the Ed Smith one that I use, but it's 0 sugar. So it's so funny because the serving size here says 1 squeeze. Like it says 30 milliliters, but who's gonna measure that? Like 1 squeeze. How do you like know you're gonna measure the same amount when you squeeze? Even though the bread I was eating only had 1 gram of sugar per serving, I wanted to commit fully to this challenge. So I went out and found myself some 0 sugar bread. But it was $8 freaking, which is ridiculous. Why is being healthy so expensive? I don't really like eggs, but I'm trying to eat more filling things. And this bread, I don't know, feels like it's missing something. Probably sugar. I mean, it tastes like nothing, but at the same time, it tastes gross. Yeah, I don't recommend it. Hello, it is day 3 of no sugar, and I was gonna film yesterday an update, but I was so tired and just really lethargic. I don't know if it's from not eating sugar, but I was really craving sugar last night. Not for the taste of it, but I felt like it would wake me up and give me energy. So that was really tough. And then early evening yesterday, I started to get a slight headache. I don't think I was dehydrated because I have been drinking a lot of water throughout the day. I always do. I'm not sure if I'm having withdrawals from the sugar, because I've seen people who do give up sugar and they have a lot of headaches at first. So that could be it. Nathan also said he had a little headache yesterday, so I'm thinking that it is from cutting back on the sugar. I don't know, or do I have heat exhaustion? We'll find out. Stay tuned. One thing that I've noticed with like not being able to eat a lot of stuff, because almost everything has sugar in it, like literally everything. One thing that I've noticed is that I'm having more meals and less snacks, because the majority of my snacks are always sugar based, so it's making me eat bigger, more filling meals, and I haven't been snacking as much. So I like that so far. I hope I can keep that as a habit. And today I'm really tired, but not from the sugar, because I got my 2nd vaccination, so now I'm just really lethargic, and now I don't know if I'll be able to tell like if it's from sugar or from the vaccine. So yeah, it's been tough. Why do we have sugar in everything? Also, low-key, that bread I bought, disgusting. Really gross. Do you like it? So gross.
Tastes like you're eating foam.
Yeah.
It tastes like foam.
Yeah. Okay. Also, I feel like Nathan's like much skinnier already, but I feel like I'm the same. So we'll see. Okay. See you tomorrow. I can't turn it off. Nathan, can you turn it off for me?
Moments later.
You guys, it's day 3, and what did you say?
An ice cream sandwich.
He's like, I think we should have an ice cream sandwich. Saboteur! We're only eating peanut butter toast with the bread. That is so gross. I feel like if I had jam on this, the bread wouldn't be so bad. Anyways, I want to talk about my digestion, like how much better it is. Like, it is so good. I just realized that my stomach cramps that I was having for like 2 weeks prior to starting this video are gone. Oh my god. I just realized, wow, I must have been eating a lot of sugar. Like, I knew I ate sugar, but I didn't know I ate sugar. Like, sugar is in literally everything. This challenge really just makes me realize that we should really be more mindful of what we're ingesting. Like, even foods that are labeled as healthy, organic, whatever, or something even as simple as bread, like whole wheat bread. It's possible that it's loaded with added sugars, which is insane. Like, it's not even something that I really think about day to day, and I don't think most people do, because when you think about sugars, you think about things that are sweet, right? Like desserts, or like jam obviously is sweet, like things like that. But you don't think about like bread as having sugar, and you don't think about a wrap having sugar. You don't think about peanut butter having sugar. There's lots of peanut butters out there that have sugar in it, which I've never liked those ones because I don't like when my peanut butter tastes sweet, but I always buy peanut butter which the ingredients are just peanuts. Personally, I like the flavor of that the best, but I know a lot of people buy just generic peanut butter and don't realize that it's actually loaded with sugar. I'm definitely going to be more mindful of the foods that I'm selecting for every day. Like, I'm going to actually pay attention to the nutrition labels on things that I would normally assume don't have sugar. No wonder so many people have gut issues. Like, gut health is such a trend right now, but it's actually so important. I hear that gut is like your second brain. Anyways, yeah, I'm on today's day 7. So yeah, let's get it. During this time, I also practiced an active workout routine, but I thought it would be good to incorporate some yoga to keep in line with the mindfulness theme of this video. Okay, so truthfully, I only did it once, but it was really nice, and I do feel like it's something I should incorporate into my weekly routine.
Several days later.
Hello. I feel okay. Like, I don't feel tired. I don't feel headaches. I feel good. I am still having cravings for things, more so than if I was just like allowing myself to eat them. Like yesterday, I was really craving a carrot muffin, which is really random because I don't usually crave muffins, and I was craving a donut, and I don't usually crave donuts. So that's interesting. But overall, I feel good. My digestion has gotten a lot better. It's been really helpful for my bloating. Nathan has actually really seen an improvement in his bloated stomach. Actually, I did notice I've been breaking out a little bit around my mouth and like right here, which is really unusual for me. So I think it does have to do with the sugar, which is weird because I heard that sugar gives a lot of people pimples. I know this is unusual because when I break out, I usually always get it on my forehead, but this around my mouth, like, I've never really gotten that. So that's brand new, and the only thing I can really correlate it to is cutting out the sugar. So maybe it's just like my body taking stuff out. I don't know. I'm no scientist. Today is day 12, I think. 12 or 13. I have to double check, but I feel really good. I don't really have any strong cravings for anything sweet. I eat a lot of fruit, but I don't like crave that either. Actually, I'm not lying. I do crave watermelon because it's so like refreshing and juicy, especially in the hot weather. I am on my period this week, so I'm surprised that I haven't really had any significant cravings. Not even for anything sweet, and not even for anything salty either. Like, I haven't really had any cravings, which is surprising because usually I love to have cake during this time. Like, I love to have cake all the time, but especially during this time. I mean, thinking about it would be nice to eat cake, but am I craving it to the point where I'm gonna go out and get it? No. I think that's really cool. Like, it's only been pretty much 2 weeks and I already don't really have many sugar cravings. I'm surprised, pleasantly surprised. I didn't think I would be able to do this, but so far it's actually going pretty well. Even Nathan has been really good. Like, yes, he had the little hiccup with the ice cream sandwich moment. He didn't eat it, so that was really good, but he's actually been doing really well too. And I think it really helps to have like a buddy to do it with you, so that you don't want to let them down either, and then eventually you don't really like feel the need to even eat the sugar, and it's like a little victory for you both. I don't know, at least that's how I feel. I would love to keep this going, but I probably picked a bad time to start this video because I'm going camping this weekend, so that'll be like at the full 2 week mark. I would like to say that I will be strong and not eat any sugar, but honestly I will probably have a s'more because I I want to live my life. I don't want to like restrict myself. I don't think that's healthy. You gotta live life. You gotta participate in events. You can't just like, I mean, maybe you might get to a point where you might not even want it at all. But what kind of a life is life without cake? Tell me. It's not a life at all. It's not a life that I want to live. I don't know if it's related or not, but I just wanted to share that. Yeah, so stay tuned because I will still be finishing this video after the camping trip and you will know, did I eat the sugar? Did I not eat the sugar? Did I have the s'more? Did I live a little? Stay tuned. Hi. Please excuse the hair and makeup and just the whole look. I just did an audition. Today is the last day of the no sugar challenge, which is insane to think about. It actually just flew by for me. I remember when I started the challenge and in the first week or so, I was like, wow, like how am I gonna do 30 days? There's no way I can do this. Like maybe I'll just do 2 weeks. If that, maybe I'll do 1 week. And I also remember just fantasizing. I was like, you know, I'm gonna eat a huge slice of cake as soon as I'm done this challenge and it's gonna be so good. And now here I am like on the last day of the challenge and I have literally no desire to eat any dessert. I'm so shocked at myself. It's crazy. I want to quickly address camping because I realized I never filmed an update if I ate sugar or not. I had a couple of M&Ms and half a cookie and I didn't enjoy the cookie, which is why I only had half, and I had no desire to eat desserts. I was very, very proud of myself. Yes, I ate the sugar, and you can say, well, then it's not a 30 days no sugar challenge. Well, the title does say I tried, not I did, so technicalities. But the night before camping, we were packing up and we were just in such a rush, and without even thinking about it, we just quickly ordered dinner. We ordered Greek food, not even thinking that like the bread and the rice would have sugar. And about an hour after, both Nathan and I were like completely out of it. Like our brains just could not function and we were like, why are we so tired? Like we were just exhausted and foggy, and we realized we were having brain fog because we ate sugar for the first time in 2 weeks. And it just made me remember like, oh my god, I was always feeling this way. Before, I would get brain fog pretty regularly and I never really attributed it to like the sugar. I just thought I was always tired. Since then, we haven't eaten any sugar. So how did this change my life, my body, etc.? Well, ultimately, it's just cleared me up. Like I don't have brain fog anymore. I don't feel as fatigued as easily. I'm able to stay up all day without feeling like I need a nap. My digestive issues have improved a lot. Like I'm regular. I'm so regular. Like it is amazing. I'm like, this is what it feels like when things are working, when your body is working. I realized I don't have any more cravings for sweets anymore. I don't feel like I need dessert after every meal, which is something that I was doing so much before, especially at dinner. I always felt like I needed to have something sweet after my dinner, but I don't now, and I don't feel the need to. I've always loved fruit, but I have a newfound increased love for fruit. Like I love fruit. It is literally like candy to me now. Like it's so good and so refreshing. And in terms of weight loss or anything like that, I was kind of hoping I would lose weight from this, but I haven't really lost that much. In terms of like my body, it looks almost the same, except that it's not as bloated anymore. Nathan has definitely lost weight, but I think that's because he was eating more sugar than I was before. I didn't see very significant changes, and if you are someone who doesn't eat that much sugar either and you want to quit sugar, I would definitely recommend trying it and seeing like if you feel any different, because it was a big learning experience for me. I also think that a little bit of sugar is okay. I don't think that we need to demonize it, and I think it's okay to treat yourself once in a while. But what I've learned most from this challenge is that it's really important to be mindful of what's in our food and what are the ingredients that we're putting in our body. And I've realized like just how much sugar I was eating without realizing I was eating it, in terms of like sugar being in everything, not just desserts, because I knew I ate desserts, but I didn't think I ate sugar in all of my meals, and I did. Overall, my biggest takeaway from this challenge is that I'm going to be more mindful of what I'm putting in my body and taking better care of my body. Other than that, guys, if you guys like this video, then please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!